What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Collectibles Batman Arkham Asylum 2-pack Batman vs. Bane. I know it doesn't say versus on the card, but I'm just going to call it versus Bane. The real reason why I picked this up, and I think the real reason why everyone would want this 2-pack, the people that are looking for this 2-pack, is for the newly tooled and released Bane figure from the original, where he was all crouching and pre-posed and kind of crappy, couldn't get him to stand. I'm glad they decided to retool this and reissue this figure, because it was the one figure from the Arkham series that I really wanted to get, not really wanted to get, but the one that really eluded me. There are some different paint applications from the original. There's a little bit less green in the veins, and I believe green going through the tubes. If I'm mistaken, I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that the paint applications in the upper torso are different, but we'll get to that in a second. A nice window box display right here. It does come with the re-released Arkham Asylum Batman right here. On the side, you have a picture of both figures. On the back, you have the other figures that you can pick up in the other 2-packs. I already reviewed Sickle and Penguin, and I've already reviewed Harley Quinn and Mr. Hammer. So those 2 packs, you can check them out. I think I just reviewed them, so if you guys want to check that out, please go ahead. It's in my video library. And then you have Bane and Batman right here. On the other side, you have another picture of Bane and Batman right there. If you want to take a look at that. Skadook. Padoop. Looks pretty cool. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get these guys opened up, and let's get some oxygen in their fake lungs. But all right, I'll be right back with these guys out of package. Okay, and we're back with Bane out of packaging. I'll get to Batman in a second, but I really wanted to touch base with Bane first. While he is a big and retooled and impressive figure, unfortunately, mine came with this tube popped off of this piece right here. Right there. It's supposed to plug in like this one does, and obviously it must have been put in the packaging broken, because it snapped off here. I mean, I guess I could glue it, but this shit really annoys the hell out of me when I get a brand new figure and it's already broken. Like, I just... But the other thing I wanted to point out is that while it's appreciated that DC Collectibles does zip tie their figures into the packaging, I mean, I really wish they wouldn't zip tie so many pieces. It's okay if you just put 4 zip ties in, 2 on the arms and 2 on the legs. I don't need 8 zip ties to undo this guy, spending 5 minutes to unzip tie a figure. One of the reasons why I think maybe this got broken off is because he had so many zip ties attached to him. So, and pulling him out of the package. The other thing is this doesn't really need to be removable, and it is. He's got a peg in the back here. I don't understand why DC Collectibles would even allow that to be removable. There's no need for that to be removable, his Venom pack. I just think it's kind of a pointless thing. You might as well just glue it into the back of him, since it's not like he can take it off. It's basically attached to his body. So I don't know, to me it just seems like a silly thing to do, to have that a separate piece not attached to his back. They should have just sculpted that into his back. I don't really have an issue with him standing too much, but I can see over time maybe from how much weight he has up top, he could probably be toppling over if you end up getting one with loose joints, or maybe how much weight he has up top causes these ankles to become loose over time. Now, aside from that and the obvious defect that I got with the broken tube, he's an impressive figure. He's heavy. This is a very bulky, heavy figure. He's probably weighs a little bit less than I would say maybe the Marvel Select Juggernaut, maybe a little bit less than him. Maybe they might be around the same weight. I don't know. But I'm assuming he's probably around that weight area. He is a large figure. For a size comparison, I'll just bring in... actually, you know what? Let me pause this. I'll bring in the Arkham Asylum Batman. Okay, and we're back with the 2-pack Arkham Asylum Batman out of packaging. And as you can see, the huge size comparison here. I mean, Bane is pretty massive. So there's that. We'll get to Batman in a second. I really want to talk about Bane here. While he is impressive, like I said, I don't really see any other flaws other than some of his joints are a little bit loose, like his waist swivel is a little bit looser than I'd like. Being a brand new figure, I hate loose joints. His bicep swivel is a little floppy, a little bit loose there. I'm not a big fan of that, especially if I'm trying to get his arm to go up and it won't. It just keeps flopping back down. I can't stand loose joints on new figures. There's just no excuse for that. But as far as his articulation goes, let me get to that. Get that out of the way. His head is on a ball peg, and it just kind of swivels back and forth. But like I said, be very careful with these tubes because they're very brittle. And I feel like they have a tendency to break very easily. His head doesn't really look up. It does look down a little bit. There you go. His arms, they move up about that far. I believe they are on a clear peg, so really try to be careful, especially with these bigger deluxe figures. His arm does swivel. Does have a swivel rotation. It doesn't have the best range of motion. This is about as far as I can get it to go. I don't know if it wants to... Oh, now it's wanting to go. So I don't know what's going on with this. But he does have a bicep swivel there. I'm guessing he can't really do a full 360 rotation because of the tubes. Like I said, bicep swivel, single bend at the elbow. He does have a wrist swivel and a wrist hinge, which goes in and out. No ab crunch. He does have a waist swivel. He does have T-jointed hips, which go out like so. And he does have that clear peg, as you can see right there. That's a clear peg in there, but I believe they put a metal rod through the middle of the clear peg. I don't know, it kind of seems redundant to me, but legs do go forward about that far, and they don't really go back because of the way the butt is sculpted. He does have an upper thigh swivel, which is hidden right there. Single bend at the knee, and he does have an ankle hinge right here that does go forward. It's kind of on a ball peg, it seems like, right there, and it does swivel like so. So, I mean, you can get him to stand pretty easily, even though he is very top heavy. The upper thigh swivels and the ankle rocker, slight pivot, I guess if you want to call it that, kind of ball peg, they kind of jiggle side to side like so. This really helps with him standing and distributing his weight properly, and so do the upper thigh swivels. So that's a good thing. It's nice that they retooled and added this leg articulation into him, because it makes him a much better figure than that pre-posed crouching position Bane. I believe that Bane also had a different face sculpt with a grimacing face. I prefer this much calmer faced Bane as well. I'm not sure if the arms are different because I've never owned the pre-posed version. I kind of missed out on that one, but I'm pretty sure that he had some green veins, and it was kind of like him all venomized and venomed up, I guess if you want to call it. But really good sculpting going throughout the whole body. Really good sculpting on the back. I'll just call it his backpack, his venom pack here. And there are some numbers, like, oh no, I thought those were numbers for a second. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. But really good sculpting on the Venom pack right here. Really good sculpting and paint shading going throughout the back of his shoulder here. I almost said torso. On his, I guess if you want to call it wristband gauntlet piece here. I believe this is like his gauge, his Venom gauge. It's supposed to be his Venom gauge, I believe. I'm supposed to turn it up on the side, but maybe it's different for the Arkham series. Really good sculpting on the harness right here. The belt looks good. The pants look nice and dirty and grungy, and he's even got little black dirt specks on his toes. His toes look gross, like he needs to put some shoes on. 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And he looks really cool. I do have to say that I really thought he was going to have problems standing. I thought he was going to be falling over constantly, but he's got a pretty good way where you can manipulate his legs to help him stand nicely. So don't have a problem there. And like now, I'll shake the table and he's not falling over. So give him the shake test. But really good sculpting overall. There are, like I said, there are some paint shading in different spots. Like you can actually see some yellow. It's really cool that they did this. Some yellow and some like light purple or dark, or like a light purple, maybe a dark pink, going throughout some of his pieces around, like where he's got an open wound. It's kind of like an open wound, but trying to explain this as best as possible. But he has some yellowing going throughout here, almost like he's a little bit jaundice, but looks really cool. There's some sculpting going on through the backpack. I'll just toss that off right here for the kind of like this attachment on his spinal cord. Looks really cool. They did a really good job sculpting paint-wise. It's just the fact that the QC yet again was lacking. And this was, I believe, 2-pack was released last year, early of last year, I think. But now talking about Batman here, there are some differences in this Batman. I'll just set Bane back here, and I'll go get the other Batman to compare. Okay, and we're back with the original release and the 2-pack release. As you can see, there are huge differences here. He's got blue cowl, black cape, blue gauntlets, and blue boot shin guards as well. Also, I believe the paint deco for the belt, this is a darker gold on him. This is a much lighter gold on him. He also has blue trunks right here, and he has black. So where he is blue, he is black. Let's just put it that way. Also, he's a much darker gray on this version, the 2-pack version, than this one. He also has a much lighter... I can't think today. I can't think or talk. I should just not do reviews. Shut up, stupid. He also has a much lighter skin tone on the 2-pack version than the much darker Latino version of Batman here. I'm just kidding. But it looks pretty cool. I mean, both of them look really cool. It's a nice different paint deco for each. This Batman is much larger than this Batman, and it's actually a different Batman. I'm saying Batman when I should say bat. This bat is much larger than this bat, and it's shaped differently. So this is a different bat. This is almost an altogether totally differently painted figure. As far as anything else, they're pretty much all the same. Like the hands are sculpted the same. The boots are sculpted exactly the same. It's just a repainted, redecoed Batman in this 2-pack. And I like both versions. I don't really have a personal preference for each. I like the blue. I think I might like this bat symbol a little bit better. He's got the smaller ears, and he's kind of got the pointier wings, as opposed to this Batman, where it's kind of more of like a traditional Batman logo. But they're both pretty cool, and I would recommend getting either one. As far as the 2-pack, I have to say that this 2-pack, even though, you know, I had a couple QC issues with this Bane, and he's got this loose joint on his waist, and he's got this loose bicep swivel here, and the tube is broken off, which really pisses me off when I get a new figure. I can't stress that enough, guys. It really just bothers the hell out of me. But this is a re-released Bane. It's a newly tooled Bane. He can stand, unlike the other one, which was a failure that couldn't really stand. So I would recommend this 2-pack. I got this 2-pack for $25 at a local flea market. So if you can find them, find them. I know they go for around, what was it, like 30, 40 bucks. So I would spend around that, 30 to 40, usually around $20 per figure makes sense to me. But shop around, guys. Be smart. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you guys on the flip side.